Hello and welcome to our channel update for January. Hope you had a good new year. We have an announcement to make. We can reveal that we have been nominated by the Association for Recorded Sound Collections for the award for this year for Excellence in Historical Recorded Sound Research, and that's relation to our book Dean Martin's Discography. So we are absolutely elated that we've been nominated for this. The book itself is a lifelong work by our founder Bernard Thorpe, and we managed to finally get it into print last year. So for it to be recognised so soon for its excellence, I cannot believe it. If we don't win, the nomination itself shows that people are appreciating what we're doing for Dino's life and career, and that's really something quite special for us. But the winners won't be announced until the fall, and then the presentation won't be until next year. So we'll put details on there, the website of who's nominating us, and yeah, we'll see what happens. In other news, our podcast launched again finally for season 2. We launched it a couple of weeks ago. It's now on Spotify, and we have it on YouTube as well for those who aren't subscribing to Spotify. And we've had lots of response, lots of comments on the Spotify account regarding it. Very pleased with what we're doing, and that kind of leads us nicely to our decision that we took regarding the Gold Diggers documentary. Now, a lot of you have been waiting for that documentary, and I have said on here a few times before that we're looking to get the documentary completed up and ready online for June, but I can say that we have now decided to cancel the documentary. Now, that's could be disappointing, I suppose. I know that a lot have been looking forward to it, but the reason why is that we found, as we were collating the interviews with the Gold Diggers, that we had so much information from them, so many wonderful stories, that we thought it just such an awful shame to cut those stories down to like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to fit into the documentary. So we decided, and we discussed it with Liz Kelley first as well, the Gold Dig, who has been very instrumental in kind of bringing this to fruition, and she agreed as well that by us moving the interviews over to our podcast will allow her fellow Gold Diggers to have the spotlight per episode. So we will have, as we did with Francie for episode 1, we'll have Gold Diggers as guests over the next few episodes going into 2024, and we'll have that time focusing on just them. So I think actually it's worked out better, to be honest, rather than cramming all those interviews into a short space for the documentary. So that's good news. Of course, as well, this year we're celebrating Dean's 80th year as a professional entertainer. Of course, he started in 1943, and we're celebrating that through our podcast. And we're also going to be producing or publishing this book. Memory Hive are going to be doing it for us, and so this will be out in March. Dean Martin, 80 years an entertainer, and keep an eye out for that. Obviously, we'll be advertising it on this channel and on our podcast as well, and on our website. So yep, keep an eye out for that. That should be hopefully March. We're looking for that. We've also decided as well, with regard to Dean Martin journals, we've had a bit of a quandary with that, because they've been very popular and we've sold out, and we've been asked for a lot of back copies. Memory Hive kind of have been talking to us about that, whether they can do back copies for us, but we decided, well, this material, the newsletters that we're reproducing, as soon as we've produced the periodicals, they're out of print, because we've only had a limited print run. So what we've decided to do, Memory Hive have decided to do for us as well, they will be publishing the journals in a similar format, but in large omnibus editions. So where you're looking at the 70-80 page periodicals, we're going to be looking at 150-200 page book through Amazon. So they'll be permanently available through Amazon. Because they're larger books, there'll be less numbers of volumes, so hopefully those of you who are collecting the journals, you'll have your collection completed quicker than the next 5 years of when we plan to do it. So Memory Hive are working on that now. We're working with them to put that material over to the book form rather than the periodicals. So the periodicals that have been out are now out of print, no longer available. The one that we had prepared for April, which would be our first of our monthly editions, they were quarterly up until that point, our first monthly edition for April, we have scrapped, and that will now be forming part of the first volume of the actual books through Amazon. It'll be available, I think we're looking at maybe putting about 3 or 4 out a year from Amazon through Memory Hive. So yeah, so lots of kind of things we're doing now, and this kind of makes things more permanent. It makes the journals more permanent. The podcasts with the gold diggers are more succinct with regard to the gold diggers and their stories, which is something that we really wanted to kind of to keep. And yeah, that's it. So it's all go here. Please follow us on Spotify. Please follow us on our Facebook page, and please also follow Cindy on her Facebook page, and get in touch if you want to via our contact page on our website. Also as well, before I go, for the podcasts, if you have any questions you want us to answer or anything you want to discuss, please get in touch via our website on the contact page, dmartinassociation.com, and we'll gladly fill those questions for and answer any that you've got. But there we go. So that's it for now. Thank you for joining me, and as always, we'll see you next month.